Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're not tackling some huge academic paper.
No, instead, we're really zooming in, sort of performing microsurgery on a tiny source. Just a single short job interview practice script.
Yeah, it seems almost, well, too short for a deep dive.
Exactly. But that's precisely the point, I think. When communication gets this condensed to just a handful of lines, every single word, every pause, it carries so much weight.
So our mission today.
Our mission is basically to reverse engineer why this introduction, Lisa Brown's introduction, worked so well. How can we turn this simple dialogue into like a universal template for professional efficiency?
Right, because the real challenge, and you see this in any high-stakes meeting, not just interviews, is that economy. How do you give them the essential facts, show your value, project competence, all in maybe 60 seconds?
And this specific dialogue was labeled very professional.
That's the key phrase. We need to figure out precisely why. What elements earned that specific praise?
Precisely. We're extracting the DNA of effective professional brevity, you could say.
Okay, let's dive right in then. The very beginning. Speaker one, the interviewer, kicks it off. Good morning. Please introduce yourself.
And Lisa Brown's reply is immediate. Good morning, sir. My name is Lisa Brown. I'm from London.
Simple enough. Name, location.
Yes, but notice the execution. The facts are there. Sure, name, location. That grounds the conversation. But the sir, that's a deliberate choice.
Okay, talk about that. What does sir achieve here?
It signals immediate respect. Right off the bat, it acknowledges the interviewer's role, the sort of formal context of the situation.
But couldn't that backfire? Does it risk sounding a bit, stiff? Or maybe too formal for some companies today?
That's a fair question. It definitely depends on the specific company culture, no doubt. But look, for a general standard of professional, erring on the side of slightly more formal politeness, it's almost always the safer bet.
And the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. The fact that the feedback was professional.
Exactly. It suggests the interviewer valued that formality. It basically tells the interviewer, I understand and respect the structure here. It's a very low-cost way to make a positive first impression. High impact, low effort.
Got it. So she handles the basics, who she is, where she's from, and sets a respectful tone. But those are just the logistics. How does she move from that to her actual value, her experience?
Well, that pivot comes right away. Speaker one says, nice to meet you, Lisa. Tell me a little about your background. That's the direct cue, right? The invitation to present her credentials quickly.
And Lisa's response is, again, very concise. Education. I graduated in business administration. Experience. I worked as a marketing assistant for 2 years. Boom, boom.
It's so clean, isn't it? And if you break down the precision there, you really see the efficiency. She doesn't just say, I have a degree. She names the field business administration.
Which is broad, applicable.
Exactly. It signals a general understanding of how businesses operate. It's not something niche like 18th century poetry. It suggests she speaks the language of the organization.
Makes sense. Okay, and the experience part. Marketing assistant for 2 years. Why is 2 years specifically so effective in a quick intro like this?
Well, 2 years kind of hits that sweet spot, doesn't it? The Goldilocks zone.
How so?
Well, think about it. 1 year might sound a bit transitional, like maybe she didn't stick around or fully learn the ropes. But say 4 or 5 years, that might start to raise questions in a brief intro, maybe suggesting she's overqualified for an entry-level role, or it just takes too long to explain.
Right, requires more detail than you have time for initially.
Exactly. 2 years demonstrates she's got tenure, she's likely seen projects through, she's committed to the field, but it's still digestible. It's maximum information, maximum credibility, with minimal effort needed from the listener.
That economy of language again. Maximum impact, minimum cognitive load for the interviewer. She's covered facts and basic experience in, maybe 30 seconds?
Easily. And notice, now that the sort of what and where are established, the logistics, the credentials, the conversation naturally shifts. It moves from what she did to who she is.
Prompted by speaker one asking the crucial question. That's great. What are your strengths?
This is it. The moment to sell yourself.
And Lisa avoids those vague, fluffy answers we sometimes hear. She gives 3 really concrete capabilities. I'm a team player, a fast learner, and I always try to improve my skills.
Yes. Let's really dig into these because the sophistication is in these choices. It's not just I work hard or I'm organized. These three are different.
Okay, take team player. What's that really telling the interviewer beyond the obvious, I can work with others?
It signals she's not going to operate in a silo. For a hiring manager, hearing team player translates to potentially lower maintenance.
Ah, interesting. Lower maintenance how?
It suggests someone who understands collaboration, who shares credit, who probably won't be the source of, immediate team friction. It's an early signal about cultural fit.
That's a subtle but huge plus for the person listening. Okay, what about the second one? I'm a fast learner. How does that compare to something generic like I work hard? Why is it better?
Because hard worker just implies effort. Effort doesn't always equal efficiency, does it? You could be working hard but spinning your wheels.
Two.
Fast learner, though, implies speed, adaptability, resourcefulness.
Yeah.
In today's business world, things change so quickly. The ability to pivot, absorb new information, get up to speed fast, that's incredibly valuable. Much more so than just raw effort sometimes.
So it speaks directly to future potential, return on investment for the company. Okay, and the third one, I always try to improve my skills. This feels like it's about self-direction.
Absolutely. It screams initiative, growth mindset. It tells the employer she likely doesn't need constant prodding to stay current or get better. She takes ownership of her own development.
So putting it together, it's like a package deal.
It's a trifecta, really. Collaboration, team player, adaptability, fast learner, and initiative, improve my skills.
It's those specific functional strengths that get that excellent response from the interviewer. She's not just listing personality traits, she's offering solutions to potential management challenges.
Precisely. Which brings us neatly back to the overall assessment, doesn't it? The interviewer's final word. That's a very professional introduction.
The whole interaction, as simple as it looks, really just confirms the advice given in the source material itself, that core takeaway for you, the listener.
Yeah, the advice is straightforward. Be confident, polite, and clear when introducing yourself. And Lisa's example maps perfectly onto that.
How so? Walk us through it.
Well, the politeness is obvious, right? Good morning, sir. The clarity comes from those concise, targeted answers, no rambling.
Okay, polite, clear, and the confidence.
The confidence is shown when she states her strengths. She doesn't hedge. She doesn't say, I think I'm a team player, or I try to be a fast learner. She states them directly. She owns her value.
She presents them as facts.
Exactly. And one more crucial detail, the ending. She doesn't just trail off. She closes cleanly with another touch of politeness. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here.
Which reinforces the whole tone.
Right. It shows appreciation, confirms her positive attitude, and provides that sense of formal closure. It matches the professional tone she set right at the start. Bookends the interaction perfectly.
So we've taken this, incredibly short script and pulled out a really potent structure, haven't we?
I think so, yeah.
Lead with politeness and clarity to set the tone. Follow up fast with specific, efficient data points, background experience.
Yeah.
Then close the deal by asserting maybe 3 key functional strengths that show how you solve problems.
That's it. A template for communication efficiency. We saw Lisa list her strength, team player, fast learner, improvement focus, and the result was that high praise. Very professional. The structure clearly worked.
So as you think about applying this structure to your own introductions, your own communication, here's maybe one last thing to chew on, something building on this model.
Yeah, consider this. The interviewer didn't just say it was good or effective. They specifically used the word professional. Now, Lisa gave 3 strengths. Team player, fast learner, improvement focus. So the question for you to think about is, which of those specific strengths, combined with her politeness and her brevity, do you think contributed most directly to that perception of professionalism rather than just, say, competence? Why professional?
Linking this specific trait to that specific label.
Exactly. What is it about one or more of those traits that screams professional in an interviewer's mind? Exploring that connection between the value you state and how it's perceived that could be really useful as you refine your own pitch.
A great final thought.
Yeah.
How are these soft skills actually landing in the moment? Okay, that's all the time we have for this deep dive.